On this episode of Worst Roof Ever, Chimney Flashing Edition. Actually, it's not the worst roof ever, it's what you guys click on. I don't know, it gets the views, so let's learn from it. On this channel, we take bad situations to try to learn from it. So, I was here about a week and a half ago, looked at this for a leak the guy called on, figuring for repair, figure out what the issue is, and quote it for him. We're here now, we're getting ready to do it, so I figured I'd do a video real quick on my cell phone, so sorry for the shakiness, any possible wind. There is a big issue. Well, there's a few issues. You might get some beneficial information and learn this. If you're a DIYer trying to do this yourself, some things to look out for. It's roughly a 412, 512 pitch, nothing crazy steep. But if you notice, I don't know if the camera can pick it up, there's quite the little jump into the roof there. Let's change angles down here and look at this here. Do you see that ski jump going into the roof right there? The shingles kind of kick up quite a bit up that. There you go, you can see it better there. That's not good. So what you're going to get is you're going to get water hitting the chimney, running down the edge, and it's going to slope down this way and run laterally. Because that, honestly, it's got more of a steep pitch than the roof itself does. What's that little shiny or that dark spot right here? There's a big gap right here. You can see that angle on that flashing. It's just not good. There's no extension. There's no corner flashing here. That's not good. Nail right here. I don't put nails, or I'm not a fan of putting nails where high traffic water is. So if you got a big cricket, saddle, diverting water, you got a big rushing line of water coming down, you don't want to dump it out and stuff like that. Notice the nails in the flashing here. I'm fine with that. Actually, I prefer nails in it, but I don't put them on the bottom and I don't put them on the side. If it comes in on the side, you can wick up under. It's at the very bottom, it's going to wick up under. Why I put nails in my flashing, pipe boot flashing, chimney flashing, skylight flashing, I don't like wind-driven rain. I see a lot of leaks because of that. What is it? It's windy days, it rains, and the wind blows up under the flashing, causes problems. So it's up to you if you want to nail them down or not. But if you do, don't put them at the bottom. Don't put them on the far edge. Bring them up a little bit. They're going to be fine. These have been here probably for a while. If you were to spot those with a sealer, it's going to hold up. If it's exposed, it's going to dry. If it's pinned and locked up under and moisture gets to it, that's bad. Not good. I'll show you here in a minute. We're going to actually, I pulled a shingle out so I could show you some issues that went wrong with this so you guys can learn from it. We're going to talk about the curve here and the spacing in these and what you can do. Let's see here. By the way, all the discoloration here has got a really rusty metal cap that's been pouring down and it's running down the roof. That's what you're seeing here. One of these I popped free so I can pull it out. Okay. So looking at this, you can see the keyways. They leave evidence of water trail. That's normal. But that same thing you can find in other areas to tell where water's coming in at. Look at this big old nasty dirty water trail here. You can see the nails are rusting out. The heads are actually rusting off of them. What's causing that? This is not good. Keyway right where water's running down in here. The only thing keeping that from coming in worse is the seal here. If you follow the channel, you know I'm not a fan of tar or flashing being, caulking used as flashing. Tar is definitely a no-no. I hate tar on this channel. So it's running down this because that's a steeper hill than the roof pitch is. So you now got water moving laterally. You got a keyway it's going to get into. Not good. Why is the water being trapped right here? Well, this is a little bit of an older Owen Corning sure nail strip shingle. And if you look at the back sides, there's a solid seal strip, complete solid. Water gets in from above right here and it hits this and has nowhere to go but just runs down laterally. You can see the impressions of the nails, the rusty evidence behind. I'm pretty sure most shingle manufacturers now with any of their newer line shingles or just updated plants, they have little areas where there's no tar. Actually, I brought a shingle up, I can show you the difference. So if you look, solid tar strip or little areas where there is none. If water gets in up here, it could trickle out through there. I mean, I'm not the manufacturer, but logically and common sense tells me that's partially why that's there and designed that way, because we can obviously see that is trapping water in up here. So we'll go talk about some more of that here in a minute, but look at this I noticed. You can see another big dirty water trail coming across here. It's coming in off the wood, or off the metal onto the wood. Yeah, look at the wood. Not just the fact there's no ice and water up on it, you can do it safely with paper, but you got to get your paper over. I mean, look how far away that paper ends right there. That's horrible. Look how far laterally that water running is. It's every bit of 12 to 14 inches or so. So you can't manipulate this flashing because this is part of the counter flashing, but you can add another shingle up under here. If they would have taken this shingle and installed it up under here, water coming off this would have been on a solid piece of the shingle. Yeah, that would be exposed, so you cut it, trim it off, peel it off there. You could also even add another piece of step flashing under there. But the bigger issue with this curve here, how do you address that? You got a couple options, 2-3 options or so. Carefully, when you got it all tore down, bend that metal into the corner. So it's going to take this slack up that direction. It's going to push into the corner, causing a nice 90-degree transition right there. So your shingles lay flat, they lay in there good. Any trend, water running down this, it will run out and off. Any water hitting your chimney running down will hit the roof deck and run off down the slope of the roof. The shingles are designed to shed water this way, not laterally that way. So you don't want to put a man-made slope in this direction. Just, that's part of the issue this has caused. So pushing them in is one option. Two, you can cut this and you can shingle and step flash up behind all your flashing. If you had to in a pinch, if you kept this, you could even just add a piece of flashing here. Third option is to remove it all completely and redo it all completely. That's what I'm getting ready to do here. We quoted this to completely remove it all. So actually, let's just walk through. We're going to flat bar shingles out, down and around down here, around the chimney. If there's bad wood, we're going to replace the bad wood and then put ice and water up around it. Yank all that around. The counter flashing off. We're going to roll ice and water up the chimney just a little bit. Then we're going to put a solid piece of flashing down here, up. We're going to extend the corner. There are accordion style shingle flashing pieces that go on here. So imagine this shingle here cut like an L to go around there. A lot of guys put their flashing and terminate it right at the corner. Well, you got this crucial area water's going to run into. If you use one of those accordion style flashings on there, that's good. Or just simply extend the piece. The accordion flashings are good, but there's some bad side to it. Say you got, say, hardy board, aluminum siding, or rough cut cedar. That's going to make a mess trying to remove it, and you can't just shove it under there. But you can roll up flashing up under, so that's a good option. You just want to make sure you extend it, and you don't have any cuts or penetrations or holes or nails right there in that area. Then I'm going to put a shingle step, shingle step, shingle step. So say this shingle is down, the step flash goes at this line up before this piece goes down. Imagine this being your flashing, step flashing, it's going to be at the height right here, then this shingle, then step, then shingle, and you repeat that process all the way up and around, solid piece in the back. You never want to use pieces of flashing behind the back of the chimney. Even if you use one of those accordion styles, it's not good, because what happens if it gets on and runs this way? Then it's off of it. Always use a solid piece of flashing in the back. Good way to address water not wicking back up under. When you got your big piece of metal getting ready to go in up here, before you put it in, put a bead of sealer like this, and then put your metal down with an extension on it. What that's going to do is surface, water surface tension. It's not going to wick back up under and follow back behind there. I've seen leaks because of that. So you want the extension to kick the water out a little bit and then pour off. And your corner, you're just going to fold that down or trim it, make it look nice, make it look clean. Once that's done, we're going to redo the counter flash. You can stair step it like this, like you see up here. Or what I'm going to do, because I think it looks just as good, it's easier to do, quicker to do, is whatever your highest point of metal is, measure that distance off your roof deck, mark it down here, mark it up top, crack a chalk line on there, grind it with a diamond grind wheel. Easy to do, makes a bit of a mess. Bring a blower, blow all that down, clean it up. You're going to then bend a piece of metal with a little lip going into the cut mark. It's going to go down the distance you have it to the roof deck and kick out just a little bit to make it rigid. You're going to do all that with a brake, aluminum or a steel brake. Stick it up in here. Put some dabs on the backside of it, stick it on it, make a key, what we call a key, and it's just a little wound up piece of aluminum trim, about 3/4 inch wide or so. You're going to put it in that gap and you're going to tap it in, and it's going to push in there and pin the metal in. You do that a couple times up it, then you caulk down with a sealer, a good sealer, not tar. I prefer 2300 clear, and this repair will be done. Hopefully you got a little bit of benefit, some possible tips, things to watch out for. You don't want that ski jump going up in there. Yeah, so anyway, let's wrap it up. If I can make a video on this, I'll try to get the GoPro on. If I can make it, I'll throw a card up here when I do, and I get it posted for you guys. If you learned anything good from it, if you could, do me a favor, click the thumbs up button, make it turn blue. Consider subscribing so you don't miss the next upcoming video. Make sure you ring the bell so you're notified when I do. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, be safe, and we'll see you on the next one.